Oh, good morning, everybody. I got some homemade strawberry jam, and it's the best jam I have ever had. No mice came in last night. That's a bonus. Okay, let's go check my tire. It's still on my mind. Tire looks good. We're good to go. All you gotta do is survive one summer, guy. That's it, one more summer. I wish that pond wasn't like sitting water, because I would have loved to have had a shower this morning. I'm tired today, man. Like, I just about stayed there today. We had a really big military truck roll in here last night. Big gray one. It was epic. And I thought he was gonna stay, but they pulled up right here and then they just took off. I was like, oh, maybe they seen, oh no, damn it, that's a YouTuber. He's probably gonna come over here with his camera. I probably would have.
This summer travel season has been, well, adventurous so far. Believe it or not, that blown transmission added a lot more fun to my summer than I would have had if I would have just been roaming around. Come on, man, we got to rent a camper van for a week. That thing was so much fun. And an Airbnb, and we rented a car. We even rented some scooters and bombed around Calgary. I'd say my summer travel has been pretty good so far.
See, if we camped here, we could have had a shower. I don't feel like setting up my shower now. I probably should, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna be running into lots of water out here. Would have been a nice place to camp out.
And now that I got my home back and we got a little bit of freedom and we're driving in the dirt into the foothills of the Canadian Rocky Mountains, I feel that sense of freedom, that sense of excitement about driving into somewhere that I've never been before. But deep in my heart somewhere, I'm secretly missing the chaos of the city. We had so much fun in Calgary, all the bonkers stuff that went on, and it was so much fun. In Calgary, I'm gonna miss you guys.
Oh, that's soft. That's not gonna happen. Oh, that's really soft. We're good. Comes a point in every road where you gotta just turn around. Oh man, it's soft here. Yeah. Come on, don't spin your tire, bro. No spinning your tires. This whole field is softer than it looks. Let's go. Come on, we'll make it. Yeah, boy. This is what adventure is about. On the pavement till you find the next dirt road. That's the story of my life anyway. Look at those big, beautiful mountains up there. Wow.
This right here is definitely the story of my van life. We drive around the backcountry until we find that road doesn't go anywhere, then we're back on the pavement until we see the next dirt road, and then we turn down that one and keep going. That's how I find all the epic spots on my travels. You know, you just roam. I don't know, these side roads just pull me in. I got a curiosity for the dirt.
It's nice to be back doing what I love doing. Roaming around. Highway 40 Wildlife Sanctuary. Next 40 kilometers, no hunting.
The whole time driving, I'm scanning everything, looking for movement and wildlife of any kind. That's always a huge highlight of my travels, to run into moose and bears and things like that. And this season's been pretty minimal. I ran into a bear and her cubs and stuff. Most of the wildlife I've seen has been roadkill. And that's not fun.
Big Berlin Provincial Recreational Area. Let's go down and check this out. It says there's a campground down here, but it's too early in the day for that. Just out of curiosity, let's see how much camping is out here. It's all self-registration. Fill out the self-registration form. Camping fee is $16. great spot right along the river.
My initial thought for traveling was to go to northern British Columbia right up to the base of the Yukon. And then, well, my transmission detoured us and sent us back down south a whole stack of 14 hours. So I'm like, well, do we go all the way back up top or do we not? But there's a lot of things that are telling me to take it easy on traveling this year. My transmission, well, that was the first thing. And then my tires, well, that's the second thing. Maybe something's telling me that we shouldn't go too far because, well, maybe there's trouble ahead of us and the van's trying to tell me something.
Yeah, I'm not going through that. Looks like the river's come up pretty high over there and it's made it really wet around that corner. It's the end of that one and there's a gate over there.
You never know, maybe my van is trying to tell me something. It looks beautiful outside right now, but there is wildfires all over the place. And just above us here in the Northwest Territories, this is them as of yesterday in Hay River. It's ripping through places, destroying tons. And imagine being that RV up there on vacation, driving into that. I'm not sure if I want that out of my summer travel season. Besides, the last thing I want is to have my van look like that sitting on the side of a highway because it never made it through a fire zone. Yeah, maybe my van is talking quite loudly.
Random camping. I've never heard it called that before. It says random camping. Long-term camping impacts plant growth and prevents others from enjoying the area. Limit your stay to 14 days. Leave nothing behind. I freaking love this area. Right? Good, how are you? So these guys have been here for a minute. The kids have little baby quads. How insanely beautiful is this spot? This is crazy. Do we just stop? Just because? We got some company. Hi guys. How are you? How are you doing? Should we stay? Or should we go? Yeah? Susie, you got friends, buddy? You got friends, buddy? So I'm a little unsure about parking this early, but when the spot's this beautiful, I'll play it by ear because if other people show up, then maybe we'll bounce down the road a little bit, but this is from the side doors of the home. Come on now. Did you hear that rattle? The side of my ice cold fridge, it's not the fridge that's got that rattle. We put a couple of computer fans in here. We just strapped them there, and there's one back there, but the one back there, the blade hits this once in a while. So you just got to give it a smack and it stops. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm having a hard time sitting still today. Oh, this is nice. Oh, wow. Kind of thinking maybe we should move. It's a good spot. We could toss the shower in. It's a little bit farther away from those other people because their dogs keep coming over and they keep coming up on the quad to shoo the dogs back to where they are. I got Cruzy on leash because when those other dogs come around here, he goes straight for them. So Cruz is sometimes not very good with larger dogs. He's okay with small ones, but with larger dogs, sometimes Cruzy has a hard time. So we were at a campground once a long time ago, and there was a bigger lab, I guess some kind of dog like that, about the size of a lab. and that dog put Cruzy on his back, and there was quite the little fight between the two of them. But that dog had Cruzy down, man. Cruzy was like, I was worried for him. And Cruz has never been the same since. So now every time Cruz sees a larger, medium to larger sized dog, Cruz goes straight for him. I think he took bullying one last time. He's like, no, I'm not getting bullied anymore. Kind of like me was when I was in high school. You hit a point where you're like, I'm done. I'm knocking you out first. That's Cruzy's attitude now to other dogs. So he stands his ground right out the gate every time. So in a scenario like here, when those dogs have been coming up here, like they've been here like 3 or 4 times already, I just keep him on leash before Cruzy starts a fight that he probably won't win, you know? But I kind of thought I would go down and have a shower, but we're a little bit far away from the river here, so moving. I mean, like, did I not say I had a hard time sitting still? Maybe moving 50 feet that way. Maybe that will solve my need to keep roaming. And Cruzy, will you say we move spots? I don't think he really cares. For solar, we're pulling in 89 watts. Let's give this thing a clean and see if it makes a difference. Well, it's hard to tell on camera, but that is super dirty. I think it got less. Yeah, cleaning them off really never makes a difference. This is so much better than just like using just cold river water. I'll take a hot shower any day. That water's a bit gritty. It's a little bit silty. It's not crystal clear, but man, I feel good. Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark. Surfshark is an online VPN service that encrypts everything that you guys do when you're out there on the internet. And as a nomad or a traveler, or if you're just out and about in town on public Wi-Fi, that's when you need to be the most cautious. So by using a VPN, you log on through the VPN server, which means when you log in, your connection goes through Surfshark. And if the hackers try to get back in there, they have to go through Surfshark first before they get back to any of the devices that you're logged in from, whether it be your cell phone, your home computer at home, whatever. You can log in as many devices as you want through your account. It's quite awesome, but it just protects you and makes things a little bit more safer. That, and if you ever watch Netflix, you can spoof the internet to think that you're coming in from another location and watch Netflix from other countries. Kind of makes for a fun way to pass a little time. Anyway, Surfshark's offering you guys 83% off and a little extra deal if you use my Vancity Vanlife promo code. Surfshark, thank you. Yeah, this spot's a little nicer than the other one, isn't it, hey? Hey, less ruckus over here. Now that I've gotten the chance to move around a little bit, it's got me rethinking what I'm doing for the remainder of this summer. If you've been watching the madness that's gone on in my world over the last little while, you will have also heard me say all these crazy things that I was thinking about doing. I was like, okay, as soon as I get my van back, you know when you're hungry, like starving, and then you start ordering food, and then when you get it, you put it down in front of you, you're like, what the heck did I just do? Well, my brain was thinking the same way when I was in the hotel rooms and stuff, feeling a little bit trapped, wanting to wander. So my head was dreaming about this big summer adventure. And I was like, okay, so we're going to leave here. We're going to go all the way up to the top of Alberta. We're going to cross over into BC. We're going to go up the BC side of the Alaska Highway, cross over the Yukon, come all the way down the other side into Terrace where my tranny blew. And then from there, we're going to drive all the way across a couple of provinces into the province of Ontario to go to the Overland North Muskoka Rally. And this is how fast my brain was thinking, like, And now that we're on the move here a little bit, I am not going to the Muskoka Rally in Ontario. That's a lot to do. At this point, I would just have to go back and go that way. And that's a huge trek. We're talking 30 hours of driving just to get there for a couple-day rally and then take the 30-hour drive all the way back. Not gonna happen. Sorry, brain. No. But if you guys are in Ontario and would like to go to an incredible gathering of overland vehicles, there's like trucks and Jeeps and cars and whatever the heck you could sleep in and go drive to a place like this in. They don't care if you're in a camper van, a minivan, a monster truck, whatever it is, as long as you're into the great outdoors and putting yourself in places just like this one, you're highly welcome there. So I suggest you guys, go back and watch my videos. I have some videos on my channel of the rally. Just incredible people and a ton of fun.
I run into these trucks and Jeeps and all these overland rigs on the trail all the time. They always give me a nod or a wave as they cruise by me and splash mud all over the place. But today was awesome to get up and close and personal and check out some of these rigs.
Welcome to the rally, Muskoka 2022. We're really stoked to be back at Deerhurst Resort on the abandoned runway. About 165 overland rigs. The Northers are all here having a great time doing some camping. It's our third time here at Deerhurst Resort. So we're camping here on the runway. Interestingly, like lots of Jeeps here, right? But there's no specific vehicle to come to an Overland North event. There's cars here, there's vans here, there's 4Runners and Tacomas and all kinds of stuff. There's a guy at the end of this runway who has a patio on the top of his truck camper. But then our friends showed up in a Mazda 3 because they want to maybe see what their overland build could look like. It's really cool how this community is full of all kinds of different vehicles, many rooftop tents, but then there's also ground tents. There's no like secret sauce to this thing.
That's mid-September. Just look up Overland NTH, Overland North. Yeah, I'm not going this year. Maybe next year. Maybe. Unless Overland North you want to do one a little closer to me, maybe. A lot of people have been asking about the cost of my transmission repair. So I'm going to leave the rest of the build that I had at Ford out of this. We're just going to talk about just the transmission because I did rear brakes, a new brake line, and yada, yada, yada. Let's talk transmission only. So the rebuild on the transmission was $2,900, and that was done not at Ford. They sent it out to a transmission shop in Calgary to do. That was $2,900. So we'll round that up to $3,000. And then Ford did the so pulling the transmission out, putting it back in, plus a new torque converter and a flywheel without looking at the bill because it was all inclusive. Let's say $4,500 to get all of the transmission stuff and anything to do with it finished and me back on the road. So $4,500 to $5,000, just say. Then guys, save up for some hotel stays. Even if you're in a cheap $60 hotel, which I don't even think we have a $60 hotel out here. Yeah, factor those in. Like I was out of that thing for 2 freaking weeks. That's ridiculous. But yeah, I'm glad we moved. This spot just kind of revitalized things. I don't know. I was ready to just like hit the road back there and, go find out what's up the way here. So right now, my plan is we're going to leave Alberta, which might be tomorrow. Then I'm going to reevaluate from there because just up from here, once we cross over into BC, we hit the bottom of the Alaska Highway, mile 0 of the Alaska Highway. That's where I'm going to assess if we're going to take the BC side of the highway up to the base of the Yukon, the bottom of the Yukon. We're not going into the Yukon, it's too late in the season, but I'm going to reevaluate from there. There's a few other ways we could go. Once we pop up there, we could wind back into BC, wind through areas like Tumbler Ridge, and then back into Prince George and stuff to see my son, and then the journey back to the island. So who knows? We'll see. You'll have to stick around and see what goes down, what's happening. But thanks for watching, you guys. Oh my gosh, what a freaking summer this has been. I feel exhausted. I don't know why. I just feel tired, and I shouldn't, because I spent all that time in those hotels and sitting in bubble baths and sleeping and having naps and all that other stuff. But I'm going to bed early tonight, guys. So thanks for watching. Peace out. Throw your double V's up. Vancity Vanlife, baby. And I'll see you guys all on the next one. Cruzy, you want to say bye? Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. He's taking a peek. Thanks for watching.